Aries, song that's playing for you is Poison. Damn, that's kind of loud. Hold up. So you might be in a toxic situation, or you the toxic individual. You letting somebody emotionally manipulate you, or you emotionally manipulating somebody you dealing with. You gotta let that go, or somebody letting the mentality go in regards to a situation with you, so they can emotionally invest in you in some way, shape, or form. Somebody has feelings they want to bring to you or express something with you. They've been through a space with you and they've gained more experience in this space they shared with you. Now that they're more aware of their emotions in regards to how they feel about the space they share with you, now somebody wants to invest in you in some way, shape, or form. Or that's you. You want to emotionally invest yourself somewhere. You want to express yourself in a situation. Something's driving you out of your mind. You want to invest in something. Yeah, look, it's like you've been in a period, your actions previously had put you in a closed off state. It's like you were hurt because of something you invested in, something you jumped on too quick in some way, shape, or form. But now it's like you probably jumped on something poisonous, something toxic. That girl is poison. So whether your feminine energy was toxic or someone outside of you, you were dealing with someone who was toxic. But now it's like, now that you've healed or gotten past that, now you're opening up and expressing how you feel, or just expressing the passion you got for whatever situation you're in. After going through a situation where you might have bit off more than you could chew, or you just moved too quick in regards to investing in something. You thought you built a future mentally with something too quick, and then you just invested in it with everything you got, not realizing what you were invested in was really poisonous. It's like someone probably wanted you to feel about them a certain way so you could think about the space you share with them a certain way. Then now that they got you thinking about it like this, they had you investing in it like that. They had you giving a whole lot of fire to something that really you should have been closed off to. Fast forward now though, you feel me? You learned it's poison. Now that you done gone through that stage of your seclusion, you feel me, separating yourself from that mind that put you in that space, or separating from that space period. Now you're back in the position to open up. You're thinking about more investments. You feel me? You're putting yourself out there in a different way now. Yeah, look, that shit came out. You're thinking about more investment. You're opening up just to invest yourself. You brainstorming, or you got your eye on something and you feel like that something will help you get, look, in the emperor position. Something helped you call judgment. Now you're defending that mind that you want to work on. It's like you're no longer letting a past situation keep you closed off in some way, shape, or form regarding who you are. Look, you ready to invest in something. Look, you've been thinking about something. You invested in, you sipped on some poison in the past. Someone brought you some toxic emotions and they tainted your waters. They tainted your emotions. Had you thinking truths that weren't really your truth. You feel me? It was just the truth according to another. That poisonous person had some toxic truths too. So now, fast forward, now that you out here ready to invest, you looking at a space that you want to give yourself to because you feel like, look, you feel like this will grow. This will help you elevate. So now you ready to express what you've learned while you were closed off. It's like you had time to think about what you had, what fire you had, what mind you had, or just what you had, period. And now look, 10 of coins up, right? Now you're ready to focus on your future. You're a better tomorrow, and the better tomorrow starts today. You feel me?
Support for NPR and the following message come from REI, your local outlet.
That shit came out. You focused on a better tomorrow. It's like now you're investing in something that's worth investing in. You no longer giving yourself to things that won't go the mile. Expressing minds that aren't good minds to pass down to your children. You feel me? Monkey see, monkey do. You want your monkeys to see and do good minds, good mentalities. You don't want your kids or your kids' kids or your kids' kids to get this toxic mind from you. You feel me? So you cut it, or whatever toxic, poisonous habit it was or is. You feel me? 10 rounds. 10 rounds, 10 coins. You feel me? You was going round for something, trying to figure out what you gotta do to make something stick. It wasn't gonna stick. Now you back to the drawing board, or you just let that go. You was holding on to something. You thought if you held on to this, the more it was held on to something that was toxic, it would work. Whether it was a mentality you had a toxic mind, or you were just somebody outside of you was poisonous. But now you're not stuck anymore. You're open, you're moving, there's action. You're being the Cardinal fire, Aries. You feel me? Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like you had to be in a dark place. You had to go 10 rounds or something. You had to be in a relationship that wasn't worth being in for you to get these eyes. You feel me? Now you got your Sharingan. Now you can see what you want to do tomorrow. Now you can see where you want to be tomorrow. You feel me? But you had to go through a moment of, it's either you got burned, or again, you was mad. You was manifesting bullshit and you fuck around and got burned. Or someone burned you external to you. Someone painted a picture like, oh, Aries, if you invest in this will be forever. This will be something worth investing in. Only to find out after you gave yourself to that, it wasn't what you thought it was. That's cool. But look, now you're in the position to know where to go. Now you know where you want to take your mind. After 10 rounds, you finally gave it up and chose yourself. You feel me? Look, 10 of Cups. After being in the dark, it's either you see the light at the end of the tunnel now, you see the mindset, or you see your goal, or you are in that form now. You are now expressing, look, the 9, you're now expressing the form of you that will get you, or that has you happy. You're now being who you are. You know yourself now. But that's after a long time of not knowing yourself. You got burned by it's like you got burned wearing a certain type of mask. And now you know not to wear that mask anymore. You feel me? Shit, now you might not even be wearing a mask. I'm telling you, it broke. Whatever mindset, whether you killed it or you got burned. You feel me? You had to learn the hard way, or somebody taught you a lesson. 2 fella, I ain't taking that. That shit came out. I guess I don't got no choice but to take it. That shit came back. Yeah, now you could have a lot of different options. Now that you found your feelings, now that you found yourself, now that you know how you feel about where you at after going through a situation with that very same space. You feel me? One for the plug and one for the 2 phones. You know what that means for you. You had 2 different minds about something. Now, look, you could have a multitude of different minds about something. You dealing with a situation now that you're happy, now that you're in this space, now that you're in this mind, this mentality, after going through, and it could be you got a different mind in the space you share with somebody. You feel me? And once you leave that space, your mind is different. You feel me? So if you sharing a space with somebody, it's like you got a whole, now that you're in the position to feel abundant here with self. Now that you're happy with your mind here with self, now you looking at the person external to you like, okay, no. Now you looking at the person external to you like, all right, now you realize how many different feelings you have for this situation, or you may be realizing what you were invested in was keeping you confused. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. Now that you've got your shit situated, you feel me? Now that you got yourself together, now that you're thinking about building your future, now that you realize what hurt, what burned you, what exposed you in the worst way, now that something had you vulnerable. Now you can look at that same energy, you can look at that same space and see that, all right, this is what had me confused. Or you can look at that situation, that person, those people, those minds, those ideas, and you realize you could feel a whole lot of different ways about it. Now that you got yourself together. You feel me? Now that I got myself together, I could feel so many different ways about this situation, but you're choosing to feel like this. I'm choosing to feel like this. Yeah, I could be mad. Yeah, I could be sad. You feel me? You could be anyone, but you're choosing happiness. Because you already thought about it. It's like you already grew from it. You feel me? You know how that applies to you. So don't let me, look. Death, something happened. You might have had to learn the hard way. Whether you had to, you did something, learned the hard way, or somebody did something to you and you learned about that energy now. You learned about what energy you express to bring that into your life. And you changed that up. Now you could look at that situation again with a different mind. Now you can experience that space again and you can choose how you want to feel about it versus letting that situation dictate how you feel. You feel me? Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. But I'm gonna fuck with you.